Hello Midas member, this is King Midas. Welcome to Season 3 of Hardcore, or like I would call it, the first real season of Hardcore Minecraft. And in this video, I'm going to do something pretty crazy. I'm going to get over 1 million levels in Hardcore Minecraft. Now, it might sound crazy, but even with the fastest known XP farm, it could take over 6 years to get 1 million levels non-stop, which just seems pretty ridiculous. But recently, by the name of Mistaken, was able to obtain over 1 million levels in Hardcore Minecraft in his newest video. Naturally, I decided to look into the version where he had gotten them, and sure enough found out that in a beta version of the game you are able to get 17 experience to get a single level. Now in this video I've already pre-recorded every clip, so if I do mention which version I'm going to, which is 12W22A, just don't be alarmed because I have already taken that into account. Alright, not gonna hold you guys up too long. Let's get started in the world. I just kind of gotten some resources, like mined some wood here and got some cobble and killed some cows for some food as well as some chickens. So now I'm just going to go into this nearby cave and hopefully I can get like some iron for a full set. Alright, here's the first encounter with the mob. There we go, easy spider kill. Now it's time to get some more iron. Alright, look at this. I just got about 30 pieces of iron so far from that. Oops, I accidentally hovered over the thing. Okay, so I just found the stronghold, and if you're wondering, hey, how do you know this is a stronghold? Well, these glass pillars were accidentally added to the game in this version, and if you go straight down you'll see either the portal room in one of these, or you'll find a stronghold entrance. So that's how I was able to tell that it's a stronghold. Okay, so I'm in the next version and I'm going to dig down to find the stronghold. Alright, I just found the library. This will certainly come in handy later on. Okay, so you may have noticed, 1, I'm not wearing any armor, and 2, I have 36 XP levels. So basically, in this version of the game, 12W22A, you can get XP extremely easily. Basically, look how fast I can get XP by killing this silverfish. Okay, well, it's kind of annoying. That's why I took off my armor so it doesn't drain durability. Only 17 XP points are needed to get a single level. That's how I'm able to get to level 36 so fast. So regardless of if I have 10 million levels or 36 levels, or I guess 37, I'm about to have 37 while those guys are falling into the lava. But it's basically just going to be really fast way to get XP. And I'm gonna need XP for what I plan to do. So I'm just gonna farm these guys for a good bit, just to get, you know, tons of levels. Or maybe not tons of levels, but enough to get me going. Alright, so here I got an iron pickaxe. Hopefully I can get fortune on this. Nope, just Unbreaking 3. Alright, so right now I'm just going to start mining, and I can just get XP while I mine. Alright, so I just found some redstone here, so it's not something I really need, but the XP is definitely way worth it. Alright, just get some gravel here. Oh, look at that. Got my first diamonds. I'm gonna wait until I get Fortune 3, so it's very nice to see this though. Alright, so I just got over 30 levels, in fact 31, so I'm gonna enchant this again, and I got Silk Touch, which actually I can use to mine those diamonds. So from that little vein I just got 4 diamond ore, which is a pretty good start. Alright, just got some more diamonds here, that is great. I got 10, that's perfect. Well, 5 from that vein. Maybe there could be more, but that looks about it. And I think I can actually just go to a village, because there's a way I feel like I could get XP much faster. Alright, so I just got, 46 levels. I'm getting some more XP from here. It's definitely a pretty good source of XP to just, you know, mine some coal here, because it's fairly common, and, you know, has huge veins of it that you can get at least like maybe 5-10 levels per vein, maybe even more. Like, that was about what, 8 levels, so that was pretty good. Now I'm just gonna go back and hopefully enchant something once I get 60 levels. Alright, I got 60 levels. Now time to head back. Alright, let's see what we get on these pickaxes. Let's go! Fortune 3, that is amazing. And another Fortune 3 pickaxe, that is great. So I'm going to mine 1 ore, there we go. And then just craft a diamond pickaxe here, like so, there we go. And I'm gonna, oh, yep, I should have gotten more XP levels, but it's okay. I just need 10 pieces of obsidian. I guess before then, I should probably downgrade my world so that I can pick up this spawner using Silk Touch and place it down. Alright, this kind of deleted a whole bunch of stuff. I hope that when I re-upgrade, everything should be back to normal though. So I'm just going to pick this up. No! I'm just going to pick this up here, and yeah, just, it might take a little bit. And yep, there we go. I got the monster spawner, time to upgrade. Yes, there we go. Oh, look at that. I even was able to do, no, okay. Well, I just kind of messed up there. I broke the silverfish spawner, but honestly, I would have been duplicating spawners anyway, so I guess it's cool. Alright, so what I basically am doing here is creating a very large area filled with grass, or what is going to be grass in the future. And right now I just made a huge dirt patch. I'm also going to be creating a wheat farm, maybe somewhere over here or over there. I can expand. The nice part about being in a stronghold is there is so much space here that's like already cleared out for me. So it really didn't even take that long to like clear this space out and get some dirt to fill this in. And it's also much better to like make a pig farm than bringing like cows or whatever all the way out here, because this is literally in the ocean. Like, there's no land for a good bit of distance, so it's definitely very good that I'm doing this. And also I'm probably going to have to get trees over here too, because the nearest forest is a decent bit away. Alright, so I just made it to land here. Let me just grab some of this grass here. Beautiful, beautiful grass. There we go. Always nice to touch some grass every once in a while. These videos do take a little bit of time to make, so please consider subscribing. Alright, so I can now get some wood from here. And it's also an opportunity, like I said before, to get saplings and be able to bring it back to my base of operations. Also seeds, which will definitely come in handy when building farms, or a farm, I should say. Look at that. So I just placed down my pig spawner, and I'm pretty sure just once grass spreads, it's gonna start spawning pigs, and I can now get infinite food this way. So that is definitely great. And hopefully, like, once I find more spawners in the future, I can expand said pig farm, or maybe just, you know, keep the spawners, like, so I can use them later on, which sounds like something I might do actually. Alright, so now that I have the levels, I can enchant pickaxe with efficiency 3 only. Okay, that's not really that great, but still a diamond pickaxe, it works. Alright, so I've officially finished this kind of farmland, where I'm going to build my farm, and basically I'm just gonna get started making it. So I am very, very excited because my base is capable of growing trees, which is absolutely great. And I've also gotten 36 pork chops. I built a farm here, so yeah, this is certainly gonna be a pretty sustainable area to live in, especially because I have, you know, this stuff here. I got livestock, I've got trees, and food. Okay, so using a seed map, I was able to find a village at these coordinates. So I'm just going to make a nether portal exactly here, hopefully. So I don't quite have enough obsidian to make a portal. So I'm gonna kind of see if I can find some lava in this dimension. Plus the 4 obsidian you can get from mining the corners of the portal. Whoa! No way, I just found a nether fortress. It's right here. That's perfect. Wow. So close to my base. Also, I found a lava source right here. Oh, look at that. 3 lava sources, in fact. That's more than enough than I need. Uh-oh. I accidentally stepped into lava. Okay. That was pretty close. I'm gonna take some glowstone, because this is actually pretty useful for, helping with my farm without using torches. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna take as much of this as I can get. Alright, there is 2 sources of lava I just got. Now time to head back. Alright, just got back. Now, time to make some obsidian. Okay, so there's definitely ghast here, or 2. There might be a couple, it sounds like. And they're both shooting at me, which is very annoying. Okay, so right here is the exact location where I was times 8. So I'm just gonna create a portal here and not misuse the cobblestone. There we go. And I'm definitely gonna want to make some sort of a platform, because this is literally dangling above lava. Okay, so you guys just saw that little time lapse. I wanted to make a little base so that, you know, I don't get blown out of the platform by ghast. And right now, I'm just going to dig up this portal, or mine up, I should say. So I just realized I'd made an error. It was actually positive, 1190, not negative. So just goofed there, but that's okay. I'll just find the portal location again. Alright, so this should be the correct spot, hopefully. And come on. Yep, I can see the villagers. But where am I though? Let's go. I am at a cleric's house, and he should be here. Probably just left. And I also see a desert temple, which is great. I love to see desert temples, and I actually didn't even notice this. So let's just go in and see what I can find in here. So I just found a really good villager here. This guy is exchanging 11 emeralds for a pair of diamond leggings. Now, for what I plan on doing, I'm actually going to need tons of diamond armor. So this is actually a really good trade. In fact, I'm going to trap this guy in here so that he doesn't escape. I mean, looks like he's got a pal here that's going to trade me some arrows. Not really interested in that though. Okay, this is great. This is my cleric villager, which I will be using. So that's great. I was a little bit worried for a second that this guy had died on one of these cactuses, but it's alright. He's okay. He's safe. Alright, so I didn't find a guy that's gonna trade wheat, so I'm just gonna go back home and use these seeds I collected from the farms to increase the size of mine. Alright, here I am. There we go. Oops. That was kind of weird, but it's alright. I just made it home safe. So basically, I'm just gonna grab this. There we go. 4 bottles of enchanting. That is amazing. And I get a free pickaxe repair. Well, I guess it wasn't free, but it was definitely very worth it. Okay, so what I'm about to do here is gonna involve blowing stuff up. So I'm just gonna place a chest down here and a piece of TNT behind it, and basically what I have to do here is just put that into the chest. So basically when I light this TNT like so, I just go in here, activate my auto clicker, and hopefully it worked the first time, but usually it doesn't. Okay, let me try that again. Alright, let's try that again and try to see if this is gonna work. That did not work. Alright, this is my last of 2 pieces. Hopefully this actually works. That did not work. I don't really understand what's happening here. Right, this is the last piece of TNT I had gotten from the desert temple, and that just blew up another XP bottle. Alright, here we go. I'm going to just hopefully get here. Nope, that didn't work. Alright, so this is the last of 2 pieces of TNT that I can now blow up. So hopefully this works, otherwise I'd have to farm more creepers. So let me just light this and then press this down. Yes, it worked, and it broke my boots, but it worked. So this is called an understacked bottle, or an understacked item in general. So basically what the idea behind these things is, if I were to throw this bottle, you see how it doesn't go down? This is an infinite bottle of enchanting, and this version has this really OP level system where you only need 17 XP to get a single level. So basically all I have to do is set up a system back at my base to where I can get infinite XP levels. This method is so good, I could literally sit here for days and days and just get so much experience levels. In fact, I could probably get around 6,700 levels per hour based on my math calculations. So it's very, very, very great to be able to do this. Alright, so it's been exactly 1 hour since I had last been on. So I just gotten 7,047 levels, and I guess I'm just gonna, well, I'm certainly gonna just leave my computer on all night and see how many levels I get. Okay, so I just woke up to a very pleasant surprise. I got 75,000 levels. That is great. What's really nice about this is my crops are all gonna grow every time I AFK, which is absolutely amazing because while I'm at school I can just harvest them and also get free XP. Alright, so I just saw the slime here. I guess there's a slime chunk here in my base, which is very interesting. In future versions, slime farms can be extremely optimized and stuff, but slime balls are certainly very useful even in this version. Okay, well, maybe not in this version specifically, but in earlier versions most definitely. Alright, so after doing a bit of chores, it's time for me to get back to the bottle grind. Alright, just got back from school, and looks like I've gotten 132,000 levels, and 132,380, well, it's gonna be 6 right now, which is great. And now I can just kind of take a pit stop and harvest all this stuff from my farms. Alright, so what I think I should do is just enchant this stuff, like the iron armor I have. And why is it all projectile protection? Like, is there no other protections? It's all projectile protection. Like, what about? No, I don't want to enchant a sword. Is that like the only enchant? Oh, of course they get protection 4 on the non-durability, basically, chest piece. And the leggings too. Okay. Alright, so I just decided to first do a bit of mining. Wow, oh, look at that. I just got some diamonds right there, just when I started. And it's a pretty decent vein too. Got 11, wait, no, that was 8. That was 8 there. So it's definitely very good to get that many diamonds. And this is literally immediately after I started mining. That's actually insane. So yeah, I was pretty much just trying to mine a little bit. One, because I basically have infinite pickaxes because of the villager I have. And, you know, it just takes my mind off, you know, doing other stuff, even though I literally was AFK. Okay, so I just stumbled upon a cave with, this is why the protection is coming in handy right there. Yep. I certainly probably would have died, so I'm not even gonna front there. That was pretty close, but good thing I had protection on. Some lapis here. That's always good to see. Good thing I don't need it in these older versions of the game. Right, here's some more diamonds. Okay, just found some more diamonds. Perfect. That's 23 right now. So, I think I need about 13, maybe, diamond leggings. So, I'm just gonna do the math and see how many diamonds it's gonna save me, which I think is definitely over 2 stacks, which is great. Alright, so I just found a mine shaft, and here I have iron, pumpkin seeds, and melon seeds. That is pretty cool. And I got some coal here that I'll just use, and a free chest. Here's a second chest with some bread. Don't need said bread, so I'm just gonna keep moving on. Alright, my pickaxe has been very thoroughly depleted, so I'm just going to get as many emeralds from this guy as I possibly can, so that I can, you know, trade with the other guy, and just to, you know, have emeralds. Alright, I'm just gonna get a fresh pickaxe from this guy, thank you very much. Alright, so I just burned through about half, maybe a little over half of my pickaxe expanding this wheat farm, because, you know, I definitely do want to get some more for trading with the farmer, you know, much faster, and then, you know, trading with the blacksmith to get more diamond armor. I'm definitely pretty good though, as far as like the size of the farm for right now. Like every couple harvests, like I guess every harvest of my original farm was basically a diamond legging. So, because like I had around 3.5 stacks, which is like about how much that you needed to get diamond leggings, so it's definitely very worth it to be doing this. Alright, just got some. Okay, so here I just got some more diamonds. I'm on another mining trip. Okay, so unfortunately I had accidentally broke my diamond pickaxe whilst I was mining, and yeah, I just lost it. So now I'm gonna have to resort to making iron pickaxes and enchanting them. Alright, so I've just placed all my diamonds down. Now I'm gonna mine them all up. Alright, so I've just placed all my diamonds down. Now I'm gonna mine them all up. Alright, so I got 96 from 43 diamonds, which isn't so bad. Okay, so I just changed my mind. 3 diamonds really isn't even gonna hurt me, so I'm just gonna re-enchant a pickaxe. Fortune 2, efficiency 3. Would definitely love to have them breaking, but it's fine. Okay, so my understack bottle had turned into a stack of enchantment bottles sometime when I relogged. I don't know when it was, but I'm just gonna hopefully get it back right here. Bam, and then turn my auto clicker. That doesn't look like that worked. No, it didn't. Alright, let's try that again. And it... don't think that even worked, but even if it did, it fell into lava, so I'm gonna just try it in a place where that probably won't happen. That was a bit of a mistake of my own. Alright, this is my last piece of TNT, so hopefully this is going to work here. And boom. And yep, it didn't work. Alright, so I'm actually just gonna go ahead and start buying up some of these leggings here. That way I can just get some already pretty easy to get pieces of armor out of the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and get a complimentary pickaxe repair. Okay, so I unfortunately broke my enchanted sword, but that's alright. I've got this last creeper here that just blew up. Alright, well, time to head back home. Look at that, just got a sharpness 4 sword. Gonna enchant this. Efficiency 4 and breaking 3, that's actually great. Alright, so let me just do this, and hopefully that will give me the understacked bottle. Wait, yes! I got it, let's go! Alright, I'm so happy. Okay, look at that, I just gotten 150,001 levels. I mean, I could literally just get more XP, just like so, but yeah, I mean, that's a pretty great milestone. So I just went back from getting all those levels, and I have spotted a cave spider spawner here, which I can actually downgrade my world and then collect the spawner later on, which is actually great. Here I've just found another spider spawner. Alright, so I just harvested my farms, and it's time to AFK for the next night. Alright, so I've now gotten 221,000 levels, and I'm just gonna still AFK here to see how many levels I get once I come back from school. Alright, so I've just gotten back from my AFK session. Unfortunately, I did have my computer die, so I lost tons of levels I could have gotten, but it's fine. I'm just gonna get more diamonds, so I'm chilling. I can just get more XP tonight. Just found a ravine with some more diamonds here. Perfect. I just love getting diamonds. Oh, look at this! Literally just around the corner, even more diamonds. That is amazing. That is 4 right there. Perfect. Alright, so I just found another mine shaft. And this is the 3rd spider spawner I found, so I'm just gonna put this in a Google Doc. Okay, so I see more diamonds here, and there goes my sword. I have gotten almost a stack, which I think is absolutely amazing. And I think, you know, on these terms, it's time for me to head back. Okay, so it's been around another 18 hours of AFK, and I have just gotten more diamonds. In fact, I have 2 stacks of diamond ore right here combined with these diamonds that I already have. So I'm just gonna mine these up and start crafting whatever tools and armor I can with this. Alright, so I've just gotten all the leggings that I needed from this villager. I just saw a diamond sword trade from this guy, so that's actually really cool actually. I do have 2 iron swords here that, you know, I was thinking about using, but this is actually crazy. I can save even more diamonds by buying swords. Okay, so I only have 14 out of the 17 diamond hose, but everything else I have enough of. I am going to wait till later versions to enchant the enchantments that are supposed to be on here, so that's alright. Okay, so I just nearly broke my diamond pickaxe, but I also have what I believe to be enough diamonds for the foreseeable future. Alright, so I just put my diamond hose into the chest. Now I'm going to AFK for yet another night. Okay, good afternoon, guys. This is the 6th day, I believe, of doing this whole XP grind thing in this version. And I just harvested my farm, which I expanded. It now gives me like 10 stacks of wheat per harvest, which is absolutely great. I want to see how many diamond swords all of this can get me. Alright, so I did the math. I just need 11 more swords, so that's 3, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 swords. I need 3 more. Here it is, 3 more swords. Alright, so it's been a hot second, and I went mining again. I got, some diamonds here. I also had more diamonds that I got earlier, but my pickaxe had nearly broken, so I had to grab like those diamonds pretty fast and then repair my pickaxe, go mining some more, and then get 10 diamonds. So yeah, I'm good on diamonds for the time being, and what I'm gonna do is pretty much just do level milestones until I move on to the next step. Okay, so this isn't like a milestone or anything, but I was just genuinely curious to see like what's in this Nether fortress and what I can get out of it, because it's literally right next to my portal. Alright, there's a blaze right here. Okay, so I've just noticed that they don't make any fireball shooting noises. Oh, look at that, I just got a blaze rod. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I found a spawner up there. That's where they're all coming from, and I'm going to retreat because my helmet is broken. Okay, so I am now back at my base. I have 33 blaze rods from my adventures, and I unfortunately could not find any more places where nether wart could spawn. Okay, so I'm now just about 168,000 levels away from 1,000,000 levels. Now I am going to try and get some more, like about 1.1 million levels. That way I won't have any real chance of dropping below that level count. And I am going to need lots of levels for the next episode, so stay tuned. Oh, yes. 1,020,353 levels. That is so insane, man. Well, this is amazing, guys, but I don't want to do a whole bunch of stuff in this video, and I am going to get some more levels. That way I can do my next step. But I will see you guys all in the next video. Goodbye, Midas members.